got some musics or some voices. Do we got the YouTubes? I don't know. How do I tell? There we go. We got the YouTubes. We're good. All right. I apologize for camera inception there. I'm still trying to figure out how, because usually I paint behind me. That's usually where you see all the paints. See my pile of trash is only throw away. But you can see all the paints and stuff. That's where my cutting table and all is. I'm still trying to figure out a good way to transition from playing game to streaming. Because the wires and stuff, they're a pain in the ass to carry over. Normally I look at the screen and see myself while I'm doing it. So it's really weird to look at the camera and not the screen. We'll get there. But yeah, so I'm still trying to figure out a good way to transition from one to the other, but haven't figured it out yet. So we're actually set up on the folding table because this is so against this back wall here, I have like storage. So I have a bookshelf covered in minis. I've got a bunch of containers of Gundams, and then I have my backlog. This is like all my models and stuff I haven't built yet. I've got a bunch of stuff for doing terrain over here. And then in front of that, just sort of set up in the middle of the room, I have like a one-sided, just like folding table, and this is where I've been filming to play. So we're still set up over there because I haven't figured out a good way to move across yet. But yeah, this is my craft room. It's a huge mess. You can see a little bit more of it with this camera shot. Hello! To be honest, it's been a huge mess since we moved in here. It's kind of the room like near the entrance where all the junk gets put if we don't know where else to put it. So, but it's all good. So today we're going to be taking a look at doing some kitbashes. I want to do House Scryer, but as Skaven, because I think their design really fits, and the fact they're like crazy religious zealots kind of really fits too. So previously, one second, let me grab some. Oh, I'm gonna punch in the camera. Previously, I've got this sexy lady. There we go. Right here. Oh, let me get the lights on. I didn't even turn the lights on. God, I'm usually in failure amateur mode, but Jesus, today's really bad. Alright, there we go. Okay. Lights are on. Hello! Okay, so I've got this sexy lady right here. So she is part of my Gene Stealer cult. And I have a whole about 25 combat power level of these guys. I don't have a huge force of them. Just, I have some of them. I have enough to play a game, which is really all I wanted. And they're all custom Skavens. You see they have tails. You can see her tail that I made. And they've got Skaven heads. So they're pretty great. I love these models. And I want to do something similar for House Caldor. So last night I assembled this guy, just a standard guy with a machine gun and no head, just to see if it's going to work. And I want to do something similar for our buddy Kritza here, who we showed off last time. So, hello! So, my idea is to do something very similar on to what I did to these guys that I just showed off a second ago. Or, I guess this one's technically a lady, but no Skaven or lady, so it's just a dude. And he's just choosing to wear his high heels out, alright? Oh, yeah. So something similar to this for what I did for these guys for them. So the first thing I want to do is I want to go through my bits and see what I've got for my Skaven bits. Because I'm also kind of looking for bits because I'm going to convert a Mega Gargant into a big rat abomination. So I kind of want to look for that. So this is a bunch of bits that I have. And then this is a bunch of bits I have. I want to go through them all, see what I got. So we're going to start off with the smaller stuff, I think, or the easier stuff. And I guess I should have this. I guess I should run off this camera. So let me move this camera a little. Apologies. There we go. So we're gonna just see what we have, because you know when you're Legoing, right, and you're putting stuff together and kit bashing and all, you don't really know what you can do until you look at the pieces, right? Like you can't build a castle if you don't know what bricks you have. So same kind of thing here. We have maybe that one. Is that one good? Yeah, it's not bad. All right, we can do that. Sweet. Okay. Okay, so what do we have on this runner? Some stuff I really should just clip off, because this runner isn't worth saving for these bits. So we'll just do that as we go. So we got some pipes and some tubes and stuff. I think this is technically from a warped lightning cannon. And we've got a really cool Skaven head that doesn't have a hood or anything with it, so that's really nice to have. And we'll clip that off too. Just set it to the side as we, as another channel says, dig through our box of cack. Because that's pretty much what I'm going to be doing, and then we're going to be putting some bits on one of these guys. Alright, what do we have here? We've got, that's a really cool grabby claw arm, that's really neat. And we've got another Skaven head there, and another Skaven head there. So let's clip the heads off, and we'll keep the other stuff on the runner. And I'll clip this off on my own later. Alright, so let's pull the heads out, because that's what we really want. We'll pull those out. And this is, again, a bit of runner from a Warp Lightning Cannon. But it looks like this one was made into a Plague Catapult. So these runners are from a friend of mine that I got in a trade. So he just sort of gave me his bits because he was going to throw them out. So, like, when this runner shows up, this is parts from a Vermin Lord. You know, like, my Vermin Lord's fully magnetized, so, like, I see this and I'm just like, oh, look at all them weapons, look at all them heads, look at them horns, oh, it's so good. There's so many great parts and bits here, I love it. You know, like, there's the really awesome helmet right there that I used for my Queek Vermin Lord. It's really cool. Instead of the claw arms, there's a big claw fist. Awesome stuff, especially for, you know, potentially the Mega Gargant. Alright, so there's some really cool stuff there. Similarly, again, Vermin Lord bits is part of a head for a Vermin Lord, and then there's the big stabby stick, which is very cool. What do we have here? Wow. I saved this whole runner for that. Okay, we're just going to clip that off. I'm not putting this runner back in. We're just clipping this hand off. It's some kind of hand. I think it's part of a Hellpit Abomination. I think that's what that is. Alright. Yep, this is more Hellpit Abomination pieces. These heads here, they're really cool. So if I wanted to do something for the Mega Gargant that was like a multi-head kind of monster, these would be phenomenal for that. And there's some plugs there that would also be great for the what's it called? And it looks like my friend did not use the little rats. So these are going to be awesome for the House Caldor guys to like put on their bases and stuff, to really like push the rat, like we live in trash theme. So that's going to be awesome. So I'm going to set that runner out to the side. Alright, now we get into the really good stuff. So this is a runner. I have several of this one, thankfully. This is a runner from Plague Monks. So you'll see a bunch of these like arms with sticks. You'll see a bunch of like scrolls, a bunch of really big giant rats, which are awesome. There's some Skaven symbols. There's a big scroll right there. That's really cool. And we have these really neat sort of like banner proclamation pieces. Really nice bits. Sadly, no heads on that one though. Alright, so what we got here. Same runner, but this time the big book is there, which is nice. That's an awesome piece. And then a ton of heads. like an absolute ton of heads. So we'll go ahead and we'll clip those off as well, because I know some of these, they have like, at least for my Skaven Gene Stealer cult, I've had to like clip part of the hoods down because they hang down below the collar of the model. So I've had to clip a couple of those down, but besides that, they're great. Like, if you look at this head right here, come on camera, right? It's got this bell hanging down from the neck, which is really cool, but it also means it's really hard to fit this piece into the collar of another model. So we're gonna set that off to the side. We'll set that one off to the side. Oh wow, even more heads. Okay, man, I did not know I had this many. We might actually be able to do all of the guys, the whole box of 10. God, I might even have enough to pick up a box of Redemptionists and do them too when they come out in a couple of weeks. So yeah, the next Necromunda stuff comes out in 2 weeks, and it is the Redemptionists and the Redemptionists book, or the House Caldor book. Wow, look at all these heads. Oh my god, did my friend just not put heads on all his monks? Jesus, I will take it. Yeah, the funny thing is I actually bought these heads off eBay before. Sometimes people just sell the extras, and they're great. You get like a bunch of them for like $5. It's phenomenal. But yeah, so the Redemptionists, which are sort of the like really fancy guys, and their flamethrowers, they kind of they're coming out. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. So we've got more big rats here, so they'll be awesome for the bases. Actually, we might actually kitbash some of these into bomb rats, because I love the bomb rat models, but Jesus Christ, Forge World sucks. So, oh man, look at that. All right, so this is from a Great Screaming Bell. Looks like my friend did not build the Plague Priest either, so we should have enough pieces for the Plague Priest. We'll look on the next runner. But we have this piece here, which is awesome. So when we look at our Mega Gargant in a couple of minutes, that's going to be awesome for him. But it's not going to be super useful for our other guys. Okay, yeah, see? Yeah, my friend did not build the Plague Priest. So there's a whole Plague Priest here. There's the Plague Priest's head. Yeah, it's pretty great. And then we have one extra head down there, but I'm not going to bother clipping that one off. We'll just set this off to the side. Alright, now we go into the real box of cack. Ugh. Let me try moving this so you guys can see a little better. Yeah, there we go. That's a little better. This is my whole Skaven box of bits. So, hey look, more Plague Priests. These are from the Kings of War starter set. So I picked that up, and I was pretty happy with it in the beginning, but the more I looked at it, it just doesn't match the aesthetic of this Skaven. I don't know. Just, yeah. But that's some bits. Clan rats, not useful. Ooh, more little bits. Clan rats. Another. Should just clip all those off. Here's my Vermin Lord Runner. You can see I have some of the horns left, which is really cool. We'll set that off to the side. So what I'm thinking for the Mega Gargant is maybe do like a Vermin Lord head in the middle, and then have like I'm gonna swap to this so you can see me gesturing. But like if this is a Vermin Lord head, right? Like say that's my head. Have like a bunch of like little rat heads like coming out here and there, like, and make this sort of like pseudo Hell Pit Abomination thing. That's my idea for the Mega Gargant. Because I think sculpting a full-size rat head to go on the Mega Gargant is probably beyond my skill without making it look really derpy. So I'm thinking of doing like more of like a Quato kind of abomination thing. Whoop. Where are we at? There we go. Alright. Alright, another one of those. I should just clip all those off. more, what's it called? Yeah, so you can see the heads here. They're really nice, but they just sort of have like a different styling to them. They're also bigger, which is kind of a problem. Okay. Got some instructions, we'll pull those out. And then we'll really get into the bottom of this box, which is where a lot of the neat bits are. Okay. These are actually going to go in the instruction pile box that I have over there. Ugh. Okay. These are sort of all the loose bits. Some really cool stars of the show. This is the alternate head from... Oh, what is his name? Thanquil and Bone Ripper. It's got like a gas mask. This would be amazing for the Mega Gargant, but it's a little small. We've got Arm, a Hell Pit Abomination. We have another little Hell Pit Abomination rat head. Come on, focus. 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 Thank you. Lots of weapons. Lots of arms. Here's an arm from a rat ogre. It has a shotgun on it. Here's another arm from a rat ogre that we could put on the Hell Pit Abomination. Some really, really cool stuff in there. Here's the fiery thing from the Great Screaming Bell. So yeah, awesome, awesome stuff. Here's half of a rat ogre head. That would be awesome to work in. Here's the other half of it. So yeah, to work this into the Hell Pit A-Bomb, or the, what's it called, would be awesome. Put that in there and like just embed it in like the chest or something. That'd be super cool. So lots of nice bits in there. Nothing really useful for our, you can see the head size difference really well here. Nothing super useful for our Necromunda guys though. So we're gonna, we'll put these back in here. So we're gonna look at the Mega Gargant probably last, because I gotta break him out of the runners, and we'll compare it. What I want to do is I want to compare his face size to the rat head size and see how it looks. All right, so we've got a pile of rat heads. We've got our Mr. the Man right here. All right, so let's try some of these out and see what we got. It's gonna be really hard to see. So this is the one with the like skull face on one side, right? And the idea is to pretty much just pop it right in there like that, and it works. That works pretty great, I'm not gonna lie. And I think that's gonna work like that for pretty much every, yeah. I mean, that's just gonna go right in there with no trouble at all. We'll slap a little green stuff on it to give him some neck, and I think that's gonna be phenomenal. Yeah, see? Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much perfect, I'm not gonna lie. Not really. See, with this one, I'm gonna have to clip down the stuff at the bottom a little, and then it will just like plonk right in there without problem. Yeah, wow, so that's fantastic. Okay. Nice. Well, that was a lot easier than I was expecting it to be completely honest. I expected we had to do a bunch of like collar cutting and stuff. Alright, so I guess what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build a whole runner of these guys. So we can test that out and see if there's gonna be any trouble with any of the other bodies. So let me get the other runners. It should just be, where are they? This is them. This is them. No, it's Warlocks. I took all of the Necromunda stuff out of the boxes because the boxes are kind of crappy. And I put them in little baggies. Which is not being very helpful right now. Oh, there they are. Hello, Caldor. Alright, so these are my Caldor guys. I left instructions in there just so I know who is what without having to stare at the runners. So that way when I come back to do this in like you know, 5 months or whatever, when I'm like, man, I want some more Caldor guys. Ugh, I'm not having to like rack my brain. Ugh. Alright, so let's swap this stuff around. Let's see. There we go. Just like that. Ugh. And we'll whip one of these guys up. Or I guess the rest of the runner up. There we go. So this is the Caldor Runner. Some awesome stuff on there. We're gonna build a guy with a big grenade launcher thing, and then we'll stick some rat heads on them, and then we'll make them some rat tails. I was thinking about doing rat tails a slightly different way this time, using like runner and stuff, so they're a little thicker. But I don't know yet. Still debating that. Alright, so do we want that cam, or do we want this cam? Let's do this cam. I think that's a better cam. These are really fiddly. It's gonna be hard for you guys to see anyway. Well, at least this way I can talk at something. You're kind of really high up. Let's make that. Let's make you be lower. Whatever. Going on an adventure. Woo! There we go. Let's try that. Yeah, I just maybe. How's that? Is that good? I think that's good. Okay, we're gonna go with that. So, all right. There's a bunch of really neat options in this Caldor kit. There's a guy with a crossbow that shoots like RPG rockets, and I think he's a absolute in what we want to build that guy. Because I don't know how many points that weapon is or what it does, but if you're going to tell me that I can give a guy a crossbow that shoots RPG rockets, I don't care if it's horrible on the tabletop, I'm going to take that. Because it's just too fucking cool not to. Alright, so then he gets number 11 and 12. But yeah. So, yeah, so 2 weeks from now, the rest of the Caldor stuff comes out. New stuff coming out. Pretty cool. The Redemptionists have some really cool weapons. I will probably pick up a box of them on release. So the Caldor guys, they kind of look kind of trashy, right? Like, they're in robes and everything they have is all tattered and knackered and not nice, you know, and it's pretty cool. I really like the aesthetic, which is why I'm going to convert them to Skaven. I think the dirty robes and stuff really fits for Skaven. But, you know, the Caldor stuff for the Redemptionists is not... It's a lot more like official and formal, like, fancy priest robes and stuff. Which I'm not, like, as super into. Like, I don't think that looks as good for the rest of the Caldor stuff. But, I mean, it's an okay look, but it does not inspire me the way these do. But what really inspires me is the freaking weapons. Because the weapons for that kit are awesome. Because they're kind of like just like excessive and silly. Like everybody has a flamethrower in that kit. Like straight up everybody has a flamethrower. So like you'll have a guy that has like an auto gun, right? Like just a machine gun, and to the bottom of it will be a strap-on flamethrower. Or like there's a guy with a chainsaw, right? He's got this big chainsaw. He's like, "Rrrr." And in the fucking middle of it is hollowed out because there's a goddamn flamethrower on the inside. And it's just like, man, that's cool, right? So like, the zaniness of the weapons sort of still have that Skaven feel to them, in my opinion. Which I think is pretty great. Alright, so that's that guy build. He was nice and easy. Not gonna... Yeah. Should I put the weapons on him? Nah, yeah. Yeah, why not? We'll put weapons on them. We'll put them on the bases, let them dry, and then we'll put weapons on them. Wow, this guy just barely fits on this base. He's a big boy. So yeah. So that'll be fun when they come out. I think they're going to be a little bit harder to turn into Skaven than these guys are. 23. Where's 23? 16, 37, 27. So anyway, I started cutting. Yeah, I think they're going to be a little bit harder to turn to Skaven just because their clothes are so much fancier. But I think we'll be able to do something cool with them. I will say their like default heads are what is the word I'm trying to use here? Trying to not just put it super bluntly, but I don't have much of a choice. Alright, their default heads are fucking lame. like really lame. The new Redemptionist heads are. They have these like weird. They're supposed to look like they have hair that's on fire, right? But they just look like they have fucking anime hair, and it looks really stupid. And like doesn't fit the designs at all. I clipped the wrong guy out, so he'll go over there. But I mean, whatever, right? I'm gonna pop rat heads on there. Get into text is. What's the text is say? It's my boss. I'm 3D printing some stuff for my boss. It should be printing downstairs. It had some trouble printing earlier in the week, but we'll see how it's done when this is over. It should actually be done by then. So, alright, another guy down. So in the standard Caldor box, you get 10 guys. And in the new Redemptionist box, you get 6 guys. And the Redemptionist can technically be played as a standalone gang, sort of the way that, like, the Palatine Enforcers can. But, you know, that's not really, like, the main way. Hello! What's going on, man? So like playing them by themselves is not like the main way to play them. I think you're supposed to like really work them into your group, into your existing Caldor gangs kind of thing. There we go. And we'll glue his leg on as well. Alright. 2 more of these to build, and then comes the rat heading action. Is your boss into playing Tyranids? No, my boss is not into playing Tyranids. I think you're referencing someone else that I work with, but no, he is not my boss. No, my boss plays the living hell out of WoW, of all things, which confuses me. I was actually like a like super like auction house guy in World of Warcraft. He was like super into the auction house. Yeah, it was a good time. So yesterday, well, Saturday, because today's technically Monday, I think. I think it's Monday, otherwise I'm really confused. So Saturday, I went over and played a little demo game for some friends that had come into town for the first time. Why don't none of these bodies match the fucking instructions? Oh, Caldor instructions. Why? Okay, so that guy. That guy's the same guy. The fuck body is that? Oh, that's that one. Okay. So yeah, so I went over and I played a demo game with my Skaven to show it off to some friends who had come into town for the first time. So I got to meet a friend of mine's partner. And my buddy there in the chat came out and watched and hang out, which was really awesome. And we had a very good game. And my rats almost won. The only reason they didn't win is because Lord Croak lived on 1 wound, which was cheap as hell. And it was also hysterical. Just gotta say. It was super, super funny and a very, very good time. But yeah, it was super, super fun. Age of Sigmar is a lot of fun. Age of Sigmar, it doesn't really work playing by yourself, though. I don't know why. It's one of the reasons I decided to play Necromunda by myself on Sundays instead. Because I don't know why. It just doesn't work playing with yourself. I think it's too big, right? Because I actually did the very beginning of the channel, like one of my first videos. Not that much has changed since then. I've got a new fancy camera thanks to my husband, but besides that, not a lot's changed. But one of the first videos I did was actually a 40K game, right? Like playing by myself, seeing how 40K worked, because I wanted to try out one of my knights, because I have a knight army, but I've only ever gotten to play them. At that time, I'd never gotten to play them in an actual game. Now I have. But at that time, I hadn't ever actually played them in a real game. This guy's got a robot leg. Damn, he fancy. But I wanted to try it out, right? And I got stuck in sort of like a loop playing it, and it didn't go super well because I was so worried in making sure that I like followed the rules for like playing the models that I didn't have fun with it. No, come on, keep your robot leg on, goddammit. I'm trying to put you on the base. Yeah, it just didn't work. And I think AOS would very much be the same way for me. I think that's one of the things that works really well for Necromunda for playing with yourself, actually, is that the base interaction rules are actually extremely simple. And something that really surprised me. Necromunda only really gets complicated when weird stuff happens. And I'll be honest, a lot of that is just their rulebooks being like confusingly written or just like not logically written. Like straight up, you could simplify Necromunda into like an 8.5 by 11, like one side, and that would be all your rolls. Like 100%. You wouldn't have like all of the like super weird interactions and stuff, but like 100% you could do it. You could do like a tabletop like board game Barnes and Noble version of Necromunda. So freaking easy because the base interactions are actually really, really simple. It's just all the weird little shit that goes on the side that's not. Oh, it's because dinosaurs like to eat, yes. In my Age of Sigmar game, I was playing the Skaven's worst enemy, dinosaurs, who ironically summon meteors, which just seems wrong to me, but in a delightful way. So, my green stuff, this is like, I don't know, like knockoff green stuff that's like 1/10 of the price. I just buy on Amazon. Literally, you just search for green stuff on Amazon and this will come up. It's like Needalite or something like that, and it's literally like 1/10 of the price. Like, I think this whole thing was like maybe like $12. And I mean, it's like 6 feet of green stuff. So, table, you so creaky today. Why are you so creaky? All right, there we go. Oh man, come on. So, what is green stuff? Green stuff is a 2-part epoxy, one of which is yellow, one of which is blue. You mix those two together, you get green. When you're working with this, always make sure that your fingers are wet, or else it will stick to you very, very badly. If you get it underneath your fingernails, you are going to have a really, really bad time. So you always want to make sure your fingers are wet. So I have a set of sculpting tools for this, but we're not going to need them. So this is pretty much just to make neck stumps for the Skaven. So it's all mixed up. It's a little blob of green. So I'm going to pop it on the table, and we're going to take a look at some of our heads. Okay. Let's see. I kind of want these guys to have the like hooded heads. So I think we're going to do that. I think that's cooler. I think it fits a little bit better. Alright, so here's one with its like tongue out, like bleh. I see a little bit there. It's a little hard to see. With its like tongue out. I think I'm going to put that onto this guy. Now, if I just put it straight on like that, he's just going to have a weird stumpy neck. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to trim down the bottom lip here. Like this. See? Just like that. I'm going to trim that down. Just going to take some of that off. Just like that. And now, with that bottom lip gone, it'll go right in and sit in there much more naturally, much nicer. So, we're going to roll up a little blob. Yeah. That's why I use the cheap stuff from Amazon, because regular green stuff's too expensive. It's sort of like magnets. Like, I never buy the official magnets because they're just too fucking expensive. You know, I can get like 150 of them for like maybe $9. Ooh, almost broke his ankle there, being too rough. I got excited talking about magnets. All right, so let's aim the head going that way, so he ends up looking like that, which is pretty fucking awesome. And now there's actually a really tiny gap there at the base of the neck. We're going to go ahead and we're going to smooth that up, so that when we paint him, you won't really see that there's a difference between the materials there, and we'll just look like he has this hood. We're just going to smooth this up so it matches the next line. Just like that. There we go. Yeah, so there's our first rat-headed man. Let's make him a tail. Oh, where's my thing at? Crap. Oh, stop. Thank you. Where is my wire? I want to try my wire. I lost the wire. There it is. Alright, so we're going to try this out. I don't know if it's going to work. Oh, but we're going to give it a go. Man, my seat sunk. Damn it. Alright, 1 second. Thank you, chair. There we go. Okay. So, what I did for this lady's tail was I just rolled a green stuff bead, and it was pretty good. It worked pretty well. What I'm thinking about trying to do is running a tail in wire, or cutting out a length of wire, and then covering it in green stuff. I don't know if it's going to work super well, but we're going to try. So we're going to at least give it a go. Alright, so here's our buddy. So we'll say his tail is maybe going to be this long. Alright, so we're going to say that's going to be his tail right there. Now we're going to take a little bit of green stuff. And we're going to... Maybe what I should do... Part of me as I... see? Yeah, my fingers aren't wet. Part of me as I figure this out. So, maybe what I should actually do is actually roll this out. And then put the wire through it. Maybe that's a smarter play. So, I didn't do this before, so we're going to see if it works at all. Stop getting stuck to my fingers, please. Thank you. I'm like trying to put a fucking catheter in this rat's tail. Let's see if... I have no idea if this is going to work. If it doesn't work, we'll do it the other way. But I like the idea of the tails having a little bit of firmness. Ah, fuck, yeah. Alright, yeah, fuck it. We're doing it the other way. That's a pain in the ass. We're doing it the other way. I like the idea of the tails having firmness, but I don't think it's worth that. Okay, so now we're going to actually look at a real green stuff thing that I have. And this is a thing I would highly, highly recommend if you ever work with green stuff. This is a green stuff roll maker. I think this was like $7. What it is a bunch of these plates. You can see they have some gunk in them. I really need to wash them out. And they're going to do texture for us. I really wish they actually had like an extra large size. This is the biggest plate they have. So we're going to put it on this holder here so it doesn't flop around like that. And then we're going to put this other holder on like that. And now we have sort of this working area, right, where we can do that. And we can roll something between the two to give a texture. I'm going to put these on the right sides because we don't want it to look like as much like a tube, right? So this and that. We're going to roll a piece of green stuff between there, and it should give us a nice bit of texture. So, one of the things, pardon me, this is going to be kind of gross. I don't have a thing of water. So, spit works. Okay. So, roll our tail out a little bit here. And we don't want to roll it out too thin, right? Because this is actually going to add, this is going to compress it a little bit as it rolls. So we have our other side here. We're not going to push down super, super duper hard, but enough to get some texture. Right, and there we have a little kind of tail. I'm not super happy with how this one looks, but I think once we put it on, it'll be okay. Alright, so I'm going to put it somewhere on his body, and then we're going to loop it around so that it has a couple contact points, because that's what we want. So that way it won't droop and fall off or anything like that. Just gonna have it maybe go back like this actually. Yeah, I think that looks nicer. Alright. So there he goes. So there's his little rat tail. We're gonna smush it to the body a little bit better so it connects better. And once it gets firm and dries, we'll actually hit it. Motherfucker. Don't ever lick your razor blades like I just did. Once I get fur, there's a piece of fucking. Come on, dog hair. Are you kidding me? You kidding me, dog hair? Oh, there we go. Once it gets firm, we'll hit it with a little bit of glue. We'll hit it with a little bit of glue to make sure it stays on the body. Come on, stretch out again. You can see I'm just stretching it out a little bit there. And give it a little bit better shape. And we're going to connect it to the body. Just make sure it's nice and patted down. So we have a couple points of connection. Because the green stuff will stick decently. But it can't be the only thing you rely on, because it will fall off. Like if you drop them or something like that, it'll be the thing that goes flinging across the room on you. So yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's pretty good. Unless I throw it across the room. So yeah, there he is with his rat head and his rat tail, looking pretty spiffy, and we're pretty much just going to do that for the rest of these guys. So I'm going to swap to the other camera because I'm going to pick arms for them and stuff, so I know which way their heads are facing. And we can talk some more and say while I do that. Okay. Man, so these Caldar guys have got a lot of cool weapons, but some of the coolest ones are their like big spear things. So we're gonna definitely want those because they're just really cool. Okay. So 17, 18, 25, 26. There we go. But yeah, these Caldar models are awesome. They're so awesome. Just, I don't know. I love the whole like they live in the trash kind of aesthetic. I think it's really cool. The like crazy hobo thing I think works really well for Skaven. So hence why I'm giving them little rat heads and little rat tails. I will probably not have these guys ready painted for next week, but we might play them anyway just to try them out. Even if we don't treat them as a real gang and we just play them as like the bad guys kind of thing. The way we've been playing the zombies. But alright, so which body is this? It's this one. So one of the things the instructions don't tell you with a lot of the Necromunda stuff is that the arms and all are usually universal and can go on pretty much any body. Which is really nice. It's not the case with every gang or every piece, but it usually works that way, which is nice. But yeah, playing Necromunda by myself on the channel has been a blast. I've been having such a good time with it. I've got the rest of the terrain downstairs, or actually out back right now, cooking. Cooking's the wrong word. Drying. Because it gets a bunch of different sprays. Because I'm spraying it all gunmetal to start, so I can get it looking like the other terrain that I've been using. So it's all being done in Army Painter gunmetal to start off with. Which is a little brighter than Lead Belcher, which is the normal gunmetal from a spray can. You wouldn't. Man, this is really fiddly. Tweezers are your best friend when assembling models. There we go. You can put end on it. This might actually, that's going to be too heavy. We're going to leave that off. Okay, we know which way he's going to look at least now. So there we go. All right, so we can get a rat head for him as well. Hello. Man, chat is so talky today. This is awesome. I love it. So we've got our other guy we just did a minute ago right here. So we're going to get him the same kind of thing, same kind of rat head, and see what we got. Oop. This is our pile of rat heads. We're going to dig one out. That one's pretty good. That's just the thing there. And we're going to have to trim that down somewhat. Yeah, he's actually, because he doesn't have the slump to him that all the others have, he's actually going to be the hardest one to do. Okay, so let's actually put him to the side then. Let's do a different one. Let's do this guy. Well, that's actually pretty perfect right there. So, gonna get our little blob. You should stream in Twitch, dude. You'll get much more recognition there. It's funny you mentioned that. Thank you for that though. But it's funny you mentioned that. I'm actually gonna get that set up today, because there's a sale. There's a sale in the Streamlabs like multi-stream thing. So I'm actually gonna pick that up later today. It's a Memorial Day or Memorial Day sale. So I'm actually going to pick that up. But thank you for the recommendation. I will definitely be doing that. Shit. I got a nub I got to clean up. I will actually definitely be doing that later today, ironically enough. We're actually doing... we have some veteran friends who have passed, veteran friends and families. So we're actually going out to a... Oh man, I need more green stuff in there. We're actually going out to a dinner tonight in honor of the holiday. Holiday's a weird word before it, but in honor of the today. So we're actually going out for that. But I have some things today scheduled that I got to get done. I'm 3D printing some stuff for my boss. Got to get that done, and then I got to get Twitch all set up for the channel. And we're going to be doing that today. And me and my husband will probably get some Final Fantasy in there, and maybe I'll get to play some Biomutant. I got Biomutant last week, and it is awesome time, but I have not gotten to play it because I've been doing so much hobby stuff. But it is a really great game. So it's like Kung Fu Panda meets Far Cry and Legend of Zelda. Really cool. Plus, I mean, let's be real here. I'm a person sitting here putting rat heads on models, so it's definitely the kind of game that appeals to me. Sorry, you probably can't see this very well. So what I'm doing is I put the blob of green stuff in there, and then I'm trying to just smooth it out into the neck, so that way when I paint it, you won't be able to tell, and it's just going to look like the hood. Right? So, there's our another rat man with a little rat head, ready to rock and roll. He's got his bell. He comes jingling. Alright, let's just do all the rat heads, and then we'll do all the tails and stuff, and I'll figure out the weapons later, because that's not very interesting for you to watch. Oh, this guy's got candles on him. Ooh. Wait. I've got the perfect thing for this. This is cool. Where is it at? Crap. 1 minute. Technical difficulties. Is this what I want? No. Where's the fucking runner? Come on. I know you're around here. No, that's robots. I don't need robots. Come on, it's one of these. That one? No. Maybe. Alright, hold on. Okay. More runners from my good friend. But some of these have like scrolls and like candles. Yeah, see, right? Like, look at that one. It's got like a noose there, and it's got a I don't know, all kinds of stuff, right? Look at this flail thing. That's cool. Yeah, see? Here we go. Where are the candles? I know some of these have candles and like books. Yeah, see, there's some books. I have no idea what these are. They're from my friend. There's parts of a demon. That's not what we want. Yeah, see? There's some candles right there. Yeah, we're going to clip those off and put them on. There's some flame torches. And there's some scrolls and lots of cool. These are for my corpse grinder cult. That's what those bits are for. Not useful. And not useful. Okay. Sweet. Alright, yeah. Also, these are not useful either. Okay, cool. Alright, yeah. Seeing the candles on the guy's back reminded me that I had these. Because these are super cool. And I want to use some of them up. Alright, so... I guess I should... Alright, let's finish... I keep getting excited and going off on tangents. Let's finish the rat heads. And then we'll get all the cool bits out. Okay. So, yeah, I saw the candles and I got all excited, so I don't forget that I have these cool, like flails and shit like that to hang off them. All these cool little bits and bobs. Okay. More rat heads. Alright, which ones have we used? We've used the one with the mouth open. We've used the guy with the bell. I mean, this guy's still got a big nub there. Not clean that up very well. Alright, so we got 3 guys left. Let's do the boss next. Because there was a cool... Yeah, this one's really cool. I like that one a lot. It's got like little spikes coming out the top. It's really neat. So again, we're just going to clip the bottom of the hood down so that it can fit inside the neck. Right, that's what we want it to do. We just want it to be able to like slide right in there without any troubles. So it's perfect. Yeah, I got all excited because of the bits that I remembered I had. Oh, stuff like this is one of the best parts of the hobby. And I think this guy goes looking that way because I think he's holding the... Let me check the instructions. Because I want the heads to go with the way they're looking. Yeah, because he's going to be the guy with the rocket launcher, so he's looking that way. Yeah. Okay. So then I'm really happy you can't see my face because I keep licking this blade to make sure it's wet. And that's super dangerous, and you shouldn't do that. That's the kind of mad lad that I am. Alright. Just getting down in there. to make sure there's good contact in there. And once this is ready and dry, we're going to hit it with a little bit of plastic glue, and it should melt right up. But there you go. There's another nice little head on there. So that's 3 rat heads out of the 5 that we built so far. So we got this guy, and then this guy. From body posture, it looks like this guy should be looking this way, but I think the model's actually looking this way if I look at the instructions here. Yeah, it looks like his options are actually looking to the right. I don't know, but body posture says he should be looking this way, so we're going to do that, and then I'll figure out the weapon options for that. Yeah. Alright, so let's see. We've got this cool head here. It's a really good one. Let's see what other ones we got. We've got that one is also really good. Trying to not use... Oh, that one's good. We'll use that one. This one's got like a little piece of like metal thing over the eye, which is really neat. Yeah, I'm trying not to use the ones without the hoods, because I want to use those on models that aren't like covered in robes and stuff, like Kritza, who's just slightly off camera. And we will look at him, because I'm debating doing a rat head on Kritza, but I don't know, because he's going to be like the leader of my Caldor gang. Having him be like a human worship by rats is a little interesting, but also having him be like the rat, like off breed of some, you know, just like headcanon wise, right? Like he's the leader of this Caldor gang because he was some like noble's like one night fling with an abhuman kind of thing that produced a baby. Now he's thrown into the sewers and raised among the rats, you know. I think that's a pretty fun idea. Alright. So our goal is to just make the heads not too stumpy, right? Like, we don't really want them to be mega stumpy. We don't want... Because it'd be really easy just to, like, stick the masks or stick the rat heads into the necks. But we don't want that. We want them to look like they have a neck. Oh, crap, this guy's not really well positioned on his base. So yeah, so that one's going to need a little more green stuff. There we go. Working with green stuff is always kind of like a thing that, like, I don't know, I feel like there's no exact science to it. You just gotta figure it out as you go. Yeah. Oh, there we go. So again, I'm just trying to pat that green stuff down, right? Make sure there's good contact, make sure it's mostly smooth. So the paint's going to help us smooth it out a little bit. But it's not gonna do it 100%, right? Like, and we want to make sure there's good contact to the head in multiple places. And that, in theory, the line between the green stuff and the head is kind of thin, or it's kind of smooth. Just because that will make it look better painting wise. We just need more green stuff in there. There's just not enough. This neck is very deep. You're too deep, Mr. Ratman. You're also kind of coming off your base, so I'm going to hit you with more plastic glue in a second. Alright. There we go. But yeah. Yeah, it's cool more Necromunda stuff's coming out so soon. I'd kind of wonder what had happened to the Redemptionists, because they kind of like disappeared. Because they were announced like 4 months ago or something like that. Like, they were announced a while ago. They were announced at like the beginning of the year. So I'm actually really happy they're finally coming out. Right. Yeah, there we go. Nice and flat around the head, so we don't have to worry about any weirdness there. Double check that. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. And he's got a neck, so he's not all weird and kind of stumpy. Now I'm actually going to hit around his feet with glue again, because I kind of knocked him slightly off his base because he wasn't, you know, I didn't really give these guys a ton of time to adhere, you know what I mean? Like, I built them at the start of the stream kind of thing. So, there we go. Alright, and that leaves us with our last rat man, who is the guy with the really tall collar. Alright, so let's give him this rat head here, which has less of a hood. Now, there's two options here, right? And I'm probably going to have to do both of them. I can trim down the hood at the bottom of the rat head, or I can trim down the collar. So I'm probably actually going to have to do both here. So I'm going to trim the collar down a little bit, and then I'm going to trim the rat head down. I'm going to trim the collar down, I'm going to trim the rat head down, until it gets to a point where I'm pretty happy with it. Alright, because like this big collar is neat, but it's getting in the way. So we just got to get it, we got to make it go away. So just walking down it, little bit by little bit, with my blade. When I'm trimming it down, I want to make sure I follow the line of the collar. So like I don't want to like just cut straight down, right? I want to do a smooth kind of sculpt down. And so it's still a little janky, but you know, there's no like square edges, which is what I want to prevent, right? So you don't want to look like he like just went chink, 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 and cut out part of his collar for his head, right? We want it to look like the, you know, the collar is just lower in the front. That's all we want. Okay. Alright, so, and then we're going to go ahead and we will cut this here at the bottom of the head down, like that. Just trimming some of that off. And then he's going to be pretty good. Let's get a big blob of green stuff in there. This guy's going to need a lot of green stuff. Like that. He's probably going to need more than that. We have to trim this down a little bit more. Still kind of getting in the way. Yep. See, and that's very much the posture we want there, right? He's not like just like, you know, like his neck got sucked into his collar. And he's looking the right direction, which is also what we want. So again, I lick my blade because I'm a rebel, and I go in and I try to make sure there's lots of nice connections. Now I messed the direction of the head up. I'll fix that at the end like that. Trying to make sure there's a lot of good connection between the green stuff and the Skaven head. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to let the green stuff dry, right? And then later tonight, probably before I go to bed, I'm going to hit it with some plastic glue. And then I'll make sure there's a really, really great connection for it. Just like that. Then I won't have to worry about it falling off or anything like that. And that's our last rat head right there. So let's make some more tails. I'm going to need to whip up some more green stuff because it's not a great enough green stuff. So again, this is just my discount Amazon green stuff where you get like literally like 6 feet of it for like $10. And it works good enough. It's probably made out of something horrible, but something's got to kill you, right? Alright. Well, let's make some tails. So, you already have a tail. Looking pretty good. Move that off to the side. Keep wetting my fingers. So, yeah. We gotta figure out what weapons to go to and all kinds of stuff. Alright, there's our green stuff. So yeah, more Necromunda stuff coming out. Always cool. I will say though, I'm not particularly excited for the new AOS stuff coming out. Kinda, I don't know, kinda on the fence about the new goblins. Not super into them, to be honest. They're just, I don't know. They're a little too Lord of the Ringsy for me, I guess. Not really my jam. I like my silly Ratman versus the like very serious evil looking goblins and orcs and stuff. Stuff like the pot grot and things like that are great, but the rest not so much. But also going on, God, next week's gonna be so fucking expensive. Also going on sale next week is the Sister of Battle stuff. And I do love the Sisters of Battle. I do genuinely really love them as a faction. I think they're a lot of fun. And the war suits are what convinced me to actually make a Sisters of Battle little army force. So I feel like I definitely got to pick them up. And plus I really just super want to. So alright, so there's the start of our tail. We're going to take our guy. We're going to stick it up his butt. And we're going to stretch it out a little to give it a little bit more tail shape. Less tube shape. You know, we want to stretch the end out. We want to stretch the individual pieces out. And then we're going to wrap it around him. Make sure we have a couple of points of contact so that it doesn't just like instantly fall off. You know, we want to give it some good kind of like posture and stuff. Just like that. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to compress it to the body to make sure it's nice and attached. And again, once this dries, we will hit it with glue. Yeah, so there he goes. So he now has a little ratty tail as well. He can join the Ratty Tail Club over here. And we'll reload for the next one. But yeah, we've got Sisters of Battle coming out. Got the House Caldor stuff. Man, it's going to be an expensive week, I tell you. Because I definitely want the Paragon Warsuits. I will probably hold off getting the rest of the Sister stuff till later. But I would definitely want to sell the Paragon Warsuits. Come on. So just gonna wiggle, 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 wiggle. This guy too. And this tail is a little bit thinner, which is fine. So we're going to put that on this guy here. And we want it to have a little bit of like personality kind of thing. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to have it wrap up and around his weapon. Like this, like his tail is helping hold it. I think that's pretty fun. Just like that. You know, because we want these to like have a little bit of fun to them, right? We're going through the hassle of making them. We want them to like be more than just dangling there, because they, you know, rats have to have tails, kind of thing. So really, these could technically be abhumans. Fuck! Stop messing it up, Josh. These could technically be abhumans, at which point they wouldn't have to have tails, but it keeps getting stuck to my fingers. Okay, go away. Thank you. Alright, then we want to wrap it around like that. See? And then he'll have his tail going around his staff like that, which will be kind of fun, right? And really help reinforce, you know, Psycho Ratman. That's tail number 3 done. 2 more to go. But yeah, the Paragon warsuits they're just so cool. They're basically like feminine power loaders, and I love it. They have this like really weird kind of like fake femininity to them, which I just think is super. I think it's really fitting for a faction, basically control of ladies controlled by dudes. I think it's just a really neat like piece of commentary on where their lore is and stuff. And I think it's awesome. Alright. Come on. Come on. Stop. Stick. 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 Thank you. You can use super glue when you're first attaching these. Presumably you can use plastic glue too, but honestly I always feel like it just makes a giant fucking mess, and it's better to get it to stick on its own and then hit it with glue afterwards. It's probably not actually the best thing to do, but it's the thing I've had the best luck with. Come on. Come on. Come on. Stop. It's like I'm sitting here. So I drop it on the fucking ground. It's like I'm sitting here like trying to tell my dog what to do. I'm like, come on. We want to clip the end off that because we don't want that big, long, weird booger on the end. And maybe we'll take this one back. So I really don't want it to get in the way of the, this guy's got a really cool robot leg. I don't want his tail to get in the way of that, because I think it's really neat. His tail at the end's kind of screwed up. Oh, sculpting with green stuff. Man. So when you are working with green stuff, make sure you keep the blades and stuff clean of the green stuff itself, otherwise the green stuff will stick to itself. So that's what happened there, and it totally killed the end of this guy's tail. Which is fine. I mean, a lot of these guys will probably have broken tails, let's be real. They live in the trash. But I can make him have less of a nub tail, I'm going to. Alright. So there he goes. Then we have our last guy, which is our leader right here. So for this guy, I think I actually want his tail to go up on his weapon as well. Yeah, because he's got this big crossbow. So let's go ahead and put the crossbow on, and then we'll make his tail. So he needs 13, 15, and 14. There we go. And then he needs this arm here carrying the bazooka tip. Because, I mean, if you have a RPG rocket, why not shoot it out of a giant crossbow, right? You know, ignore the fact it won't go more than like 10 feet. Especially, let's be real, if it's a crossbow you made in like a trash heap in Necromunda. Alright, let's dry fit these so we know what the hell they do. So that goes like that. Yes. Alright, so we've got a couple points of contact that we can put glue on. So we're going to put a little bit of glue on all of them, just to make it a little bit nicer and easier to hold. Okay. Nice and easy, right there. Oh, did chat keep going? I can't tell. The setup, it's very hard to see chat. Or is that the bottom? Okay, that's the bottom. All right. All right, and then we have his arms go in their sockets, and then we can put his tail on because we want his tail to connect to his weapon. Bam, bam, bosh. Bob's your uncle. Fanny's your auntie. That's a cool fucking crossbow thing. Yeah. That's pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. That crossbow thing is really cool. So we're going to have his tail come up and loop up and around the top and like be holding the back of it. Oh, man, I love these guys. They're such cool models, especially when you turn them into rats. I mean, honestly, I'm an easy sell for any animal faction in Warhammer, but man, I love the seriousness and the silliness of the Skaven. Like, one minute they're trying to blow up the moon, right? And the next minute they're like, you know, living in a horrible, like, slave city, doing horrible atrocities, you know? And I really like that, like, duality there. I think it's a lot of fun. Just from, like, a story point, you know? Like, I remember the opening for Total Warhammer 2 is, like, it's like Ikit Claw talking about, like, you know, basically how they're going to, like, murder and enslave everyone, and how Skaven are the best race and all this stuff. And then next to him is this, like, this little, like scribe rat who has these tiny little glasses and is just the most fucking adorable thing you've ever seen. And it's like, oh, I love that there's, like, both sides of this to the Skaven. You know, they're really, like, dirty, horrible monsters, and then the adorable little scribe rat. And it's just like, oh, this is perfect. There we go. Ah, it stuck my finger. God damn it. Stop. Fucking. Always make sure your fingers are wet. Okay, there we go. That took some doing. There he is with his rat head and his crossbow. And then he's got his tail that's looping around the back of the crossbow, adding some extra cute, which he needs because it's cutie duty. Yeah, that's pretty good. Alright, so that's all the tails for all the guys. Do they have any, like, extra, like, equipment that goes on them? There's a bunch of weapon options and stuff like that. I guess this rat guy can have, like, an extra armor piece, and there's, like, an extra dagger. So there's a couple little things. But let's look at some of those bits that I was really excited for. Alright, so someone's got the noose and the things on it. Where's the one with the candles? Okay, good. Alright, I have no idea what runner these bits are from, but yeah, I love the like little candles on them. I think that's super cool. So we're gonna figure out a way to do that for a couple more of them. Alright, so we're gonna cut these candles off this little base thing they're on. They're on like a little dais, so we're gonna cut that off. And then we should just be able to glue them right on there, which would be pretty sweet. Let's actually do it with a little bit of green stuff, so it gets a really nice connection there. Alright, so just gonna hit a little bit of green stuff at the bottom of the candle, and then wedge it onto his shoulder, like that. Yeah. And we'll take our razor blade and we'll smooth out that green stuff so it looks like the candle is just melted onto him. Get this little glop of green stuff off there so it doesn't stick to anything. Let's get a little bit, tiny bit more green stuff on there. So we can smooth out the line a little bit more than we have. That we can pull that off. Just like that. See, he's got a cool little candle thing growing on him now, just like the other guys do. Because we found that really cool bit. Which is awesome. Let's see what other cool bits we got. Let's give this guy... ooh, these bones. Those are cool. Let's give him those. I feel like the boss should have the hourglass. Let's give him these cool little bones. They can hang off his belt. Need to clean up some of the nubs on them a little bit better. Nice! So excited. Oh, I love Skaven. I love turning everything into Skaven. Yeah. There it goes. So now he's got a little bit of bone hanging off his belt, looking nice. And he's got his candles on his shoulder there, just to add a little bit more personality to our rat man. Let's see what else we got for the other guys. Alright, so this is probably going to be a guy with like a hand flamer or something, and then like a hand mace or something like that. So we might be able to use like the maces and stuff on here for him, but I have to figure out his hands first. Let's get him a scroll. There was a bunch of cool scrolls. Could give him like this little big. Where were the scrolls? Ah, there we go. There's one right there. Yeah, it's cool. You could have that like right there. Yeah, it's good. So he'll have a little pouch and a little scroll. You can go on his belt. And dry fit it and make sure it works. We'll put it right there. Be pretty sweet, just like that. Yeah, that'll be super rad. Alright, so let's get some glue on there. It's already kind of... As I drop it on the floor... Oh. And this, boys and girls, is why you always save your bits. Because you never know when you want to make cool-ass rat men with scrolls and skulls and candles. Alright, so yeah, that's pretty perfect. See? So he will, he'll have that there on his back. This little like pouch and scroll combo, just adding a little bit extra to him. And then Got some more scrolls. Not super into putting the skulls all over them, but let's see what else we got. We got a big book. That might actually be super cool for the leader. Let's put one of these books together. Now, look at the cat of nine tails on there. That's cool. I like the one with the big bell too. It's very fitting for Skaven. These are clearly not Skaven bits. I think they're like Sigmar Devout bits or something like that. That's what they look like, kind of. But nice, yeah. He's got a little book there. So, yeah. Oh, this is so exciting. You know, I'm gonna... Even if I can't get these guys painted, I'm probably gonna play them next week. They'll probably be the enemy for Meat Hammer. There's that cool book. So we're gonna go ahead and we're actually gonna put that... We're gonna put that on this guy. He's just gonna be toting a fucking book around. Just like right there, maybe on his back. It's kind of cool if he has the book on his back. Yeah, I like that. That's cool. Let's do that. We're gonna put the side with the Sigmar logo down so people won't see it. The other side still has detail on it, so. Yeah, man, talk about a monkey on your back. He has a literal, like giant religious tome on his back. Yeah, that's pretty rad. I like that a lot. Maybe we'll give him something hanging from his belt there, too, on this hip. That would be pretty cool too. Yeah, let's do that. Let's figure out what else can go in his hip there. Don't want to do just the chains. It doesn't really fit. There was like a key or something on one of these I remember seeing. It's kind of cool. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, there's like a key. There's also like a noose. The noose is like a very fitting symbol for these guys. But I do like the key. I think the key is really neat. So let's do the key. No. Stop. Sorry, this is like maximum concentration. Maximum effort. There we go. Now he's got this big tome he's lugging around. And he's got this thing on his belt. He's got this key here on his belt. The key is not connecting the best. I'm going to put a little bit of glow on the next connection point. There we go. There we go. So yeah, just some cool bits for him. I do like him having something on his back. I think that looks really nice. Yeah. Oh, that's my belly rumbling. What time is it? Oh, it's 1:40. Man, or I've been streaming for an hour and 40 minutes. No wonder my belly's rumbling. Jesus. Okay. Let's put some more candles on some dudes, and then we'll go ahead and we'll call it there. This guy's gonna get some candles. Does this guy need anything? We'll give him a pouch or something on his belt. So yeah, let's get this guy some candles. Man, I just like totally lost track of time and was like, I'm a McRatman, and just totally zoned the fuck out, apparently. Trying to figure out where this little candle should go. What I'm doing is I'm trying to cut the base at an angle so that it fits better on his shoulder before I add the green stuff. Yeah, that'll sit better now. Then we can put a little green stuff on the bottom, and it should sit nice. He should get cool candles on his shoulders as well. As I totally crush his tail with my thumb. Good job, me. Oh yeah, he's gonna have to get some pouches to go over that. So yeah, that's how his candles will look once I get them sorted out. So yeah, when you're working with green stuff, you really should let your first green stuff dry. It's sort of like the never paint over wet colors kind of painting rule, but I was too excited to put these bits on. I couldn't help it. There we go. Yeah, so he's got some cool ass candles too. Let's get him a tome or something to cover up where I fucked up his tail. Pretty much. It'll cover up our mistakes. With accessories. With accessories. No, let's use one of the Skaven scrolls. So one I haven't painted yet. Yes. Oh, let's give him this little knife, actually. That's pretty cool. Oh, a little knife and a little pouch. There we go. We'll put some glue here. So yeah, we're just accessorizing, right? Because we want him to look. We want our little rat man to look as fabulous as possible. And there we go. So that's his back with the pouch and the little knife. And then he's got his candles on his shoulder there. So that's him all built up. And then we have one guy left, which is this guy right here. I want to put something on this hip. I'm not sure what, but something. Let's look at the Skaven Runner. This pouch, or this scroll here, that might not be bad. Yeah, let's use this scroll here. It's gonna be a little basic, but it's not bad. Not everybody needs to have like a ton of accessories, but I like to at least fill the dead space so it looks like they're you know, they're collecting stuff and being rat men and all. There we go. Just like that. And that is all the rat men right there, built and customized. And that's that. I'm getting pretty hungry. Let's take a quick look at Kritza, and we'll talk about what to do with him, although I'm probably not going to do anything just yet. Because I'm probably going to think about this guy a little bit more, but just to walk through my thought process. So this is a straight build Kritza the Rat Prince from AOS. He has this tail thing, which looks like tails, which is really cool. And then he has like a shawl made out of rat heads, which is really neat. The way this model goes together is very, very strange. He's basically built like a toothpick, and then you put all the things on him. So my idea, so when you're assembling him, it's not like you can like choose to leave pieces off, because everything is some piece of something else. So he is very much a model you need to assemble and then deassemble if you want to customize him. I love his sword, I love the shawl, and I love the rat cloak. Things I don't really care about with him are the cane. I could easily turn the cane into like a pistol or something and be completely happy with that. And I also really don't like his head and his hair. So we'll probably end up snipping those off. If I turn them into a human head, it might be one thing, or if I turn them into another rat head, it might be another. Got this cool rat head here without a shawl on it. Actually, that would probably be pretty perfect. Fuck. Fuck it, let's do it. I already have green stuff mixed up. Alright, Kritza, I'm sorry, my man. This kills the man. It's like that meme that's instructions on how to kill a crab by cutting off the face. Kritza's like, no, I'm a beautiful Age of Sigmar model. How can you do this to me? And I'm like, but you could be a rat. Alright. Come on. Come on. There we go. Alright, there's the hair gone. Now let's rip that head off. Just like that. Rest in peace, Kritza. Your head is gone. And now we can turn you into what we want to do. So we want to clean up this stuff here a little bit. Okay. All right, and then this is the head we're gonna use. So we want to trim this down. He has a little collar there, but we want to get rid of all the neck that's in it. Okay. And that's pretty much what we want to do right there. So we're going to have to do a little bit of sculpting of fur, which is fine. It's not the end of the world. Do a little bit of that there. We're going to make him a real proper rat boy. And he is going to lead my Caldor gang. Okay, let's take a look at that again and see if we can get it to sit a little bit better. Trim out some of the inside there. Trim out some of that. Just got to be careful with it. And yes, if anyone's wondering, I totally just nipped the head off a like $35 model. Cause mad lad. I'm sure someone on my Age of Sigmar Discord that I'm a member of will see that and be like, Jesus Christ, why? But the reason is so he can be more rat-tastic. Because everything should be as rat-tastic as possible. Alright, so the first thing I want to do before I try to do any fur texture, so I want to go around and I want to make sure there's good connection everywhere. And then we're going to stipple in some fur texture for his fur. Right, and this is also going to let us remove any excess, right? Because like we don't need all that. And there's a bunch of excess here in the back we can also pull off. All right. I have to be very gentle because there's a lot of really easy small parts on this model to break, like the rat tails, like his sword here. You know, one misplaced finger would totally rip those right off. Okay. I just want to make sure we have good connection all over for the rat head. We want to make sure there's not too much building up. Just like that. Okay. And there we go. Let's do a little bit of stippling in this. All right, just a little bit of marks, and that's going to be our fur texture. We don't need to go super overboard with it. Just a little bit of it. It's going to be enough to sell it to a person looking at it. Just like that. Okay? And there is our actual rat prints. I am actually quite happy with that. The head is a little big for how thin his body is, but it's okay. I think the concept is strong enough that it sells it like it is. Yeah, so there's our actual rat prints. I might change this hand into a gun at some point, but for right now, we'll keep it as a cane. But yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, so there we go. So I'm not going to give him a tail because he has all these tails coming out of the cloak. And I like the idea that maybe all these tails are actually his and they're not actually part of the cloak. So I'm not going to give him a full standing tail. But there we go. It's going to be the leader of my Caldor right there, Kritza. Then we've got this guy here, this little rat guy here. And we've got our guy here with the candles and his mouth open, who's like, bleh. And then we've got our guy with the rocket launcher and the big tome on his back. He's got his tail going all around the back of the rocket launcher. And we've got our buddy here with his candles and his tail holding his weapon, which the rest of it we sort of put on. Then we've got this guy here with his little scroll. And yeah, that is our rat army and our leader, Kritza, the Rat Prince, who will probably come up with a name, a better, more underhivey name for. But I am starving, and I've been streaming, apparently working on these guys for 2 hours, which came out of nowhere. Surprised me. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to call it there. And I'm going to get some food because my belly be grumbling. But thank you all for watching. Hopefully this was... There we go. Aha, look. Figured it out. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully this was fun and interesting. I will definitely do some more Coldor guys. But I'm going to wait until the redemption has come out in case I want to trade parts around and stuff like that. But that is my Coldor Skaven AOS sitting fun times. I showed you how I kit bash Skaven stuff. And it's pretty good. Nice and easy, nothing too complex in there, just a little bit of sculpting. But thank you for watching and have a good time. Where's the stop playing button?